Yo, what's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode, what is it, Adam? 261 of the LuredUp podcast. Yo, the chat's popping off already. LuredUp podcast. Yeah, no chat is popping. Chat be popping. Yeah, we're live on Twitch right now for episode 261 of LuredUp. We are the podcast that takes Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. And we're part of the Pokemon Professor Network. Today is Wednesday, April 5th. Is it? The 5th, yeah.
It is the 5th, yeah. For a couple of hours,
actually, like 1 hour.
Yeah.
It's the 5th, 2023.
For a little longer.
I'm Ken Pescatore. That's Adam Tuttle. Adam, what's up?
Hey, trainers.
Hi. What's going on? How's your week? Interesting week.
It's been very interesting.
It's been another one of those weeks. We had a great week last week. This week's even greater. It's a good one. Plenty to talk about.
If you could say that.
Look, there's plenty to talk about. There's a lot of news. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of feelings. There's a lot of all types of stuff. And we're going to talk about it all. So, April Fool's Day, spring into spring. There was stuff going on in the game. We'll get there. Regieleki Elite Raids are on Easter this Sunday, Adam. I know you're hyped. He's not hyped. A special team Mystic event is coming and will include what can be one of the most rare potential shiny Pokemon of all time. Blanche's shiny Lapras is potential from this event. Hot stuff. Remote raid changes are coming tomorrow, so by the time you hear this post-stream, D-Day. I hope you bought your raid passes. If you're listening to this live right now, go buy raid passes because they're going up in price tomorrow.
I would, but I don't have the game.
Adam deleted the game. We're going to talk about Pokemon Go's VP Ed Wu sat with Tom Phillips. Ed Wu sat with Tom Phillips of Eurogamer. Talk about remote raid pass changes and the upcoming blockbuster slate of things for Pokemon Go. Yeah, all that stuff.
Can you tell that I went to Blockbuster to rent this?
I hosted a Twitter space this last Sunday night. It was amazing. I definitely want to talk about some of the amazing pieces of feedback I received.
Listen, I got some feedback for your Twitter space.
Yeah, Twitter butchered the audio, so that's what Twitter did.
I literally couldn't even handle it. I was like, there's so many pauses, and I was like, I don't know what was just said. I need to know.
It was annoying. On the playback, I was just like, I heard it coming in and out. I was like, oh, that's brutal.
And
Twitter.
That's exactly what I was hearing. So I was like, I'm leaving. I was like, I thought I was going to be able to talk. And I was like, I can't even. I'm out of here.
Twitter makes it very difficult with spaces for creators because you can only do it on mobile. So, like, I can't do it on desktop with this microphone. Like, they make you do it on mobile. It's like, it's not a good system. But it was amazing. We'll talk about it. The Hear Us Niantic movement is back. But this time, I don't know how I feel about it, and there's a lot to talk about here. There's a ton to unpack. It's kind of
the internet knows how you feel about it.
Well, Twitter does. I mean, Twitter is the usual suspects, the real fun group online that likes to attack me for having a point of view that's non-controversial, well-educated, and well thought out. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it so much. So we'll talk about it. We'll kind of break down and share the differences that Adam and I have, because we do have some pretty significant differences. We're split on how we're handling this. I don't know, man. The fallout of the upcoming remote raid changes, the cultural change that's going to be required to experience this game as it should. The kind of the stuff from Hear Us Niantic 1, like communication. I think that's what Adam is most upset about. The lack of communication about one Mr. Reggie Drago. We'll talk about
Listen,
it.
That is literally on the top. Like, if raid passes were, they're down here. I am literally here
with Reggie Drago. That's so funny. That's so funny. That's so funny.
My views are skewed from everybody else's. I am like, okay, you're angry about this, but there's all these other things. And then they keep pushing they just keep pushing. They're like, hold on, let's announce this. No! Communicate!
There's a lot to unpack. And the community, I have so much to unpack. We'll
They
get there.
are picking.
We'll get there. There's plenty. Let's start with April Fool's Day, which
was
look, the announcement came out.
foul,
I was
to
so
say the
excited.
least.
I was like, this is amazing. We get a Pidgey event. This is going to be tons of fun. Pidgey everywhere. I was expecting ridiculously dumb volume of Pidgey.
Yeah.
Right? Extra, double extra small, double extra large. Okay, whatever. Special research. Okay. The problem was, where were the Pidgey, Adam?
I don't know. When it was like, hey, there's some Pidgey, I saw 2 on my radar, and I was like, oh, okay, they're there, and my house is a good enough spawn point. There are tons of spawns.
And you had
every
Pokemon,
time.
but no Pidgey?
I had Pokemon, but I literally had 2 Pidgey. And then it was like, they're increasing. I still had 2 Pidgey.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this?
So the Pidgey were coming like in waves.
I didn't notice a wave.
But this is why that was a bad look, in my opinion. Because if someone turns the event on mid-dip, right? And they go like, where the hell are the Pidgeys? I'm out. Click. They shut their clamshell flip phone. They're like, no, I'm done. Meanwhile, in 10 minutes later, there could be swarms of Pidgey. But they thought that there was no Pidgey because there was no Pidgey. Not enough impact on this for me. I just think that they should have had at least the baseline spotlight.
This was straight up a flop.
Yeah.
The idea was an ace, and they flopped.
No, I agree.
It just should have been like I understand. Like, I'm not a developer again, so I'm not trying to like fight for that. But like,
wait, you're not a developer?
I'm not. But like, I feel like because we've seen abundance of other Pokemon at other times, community days, so you can see the numbers increase. Just turn it up.
I don't know.
Keep turning it
like,
up.
I could tell that they wanted this waves of birds thing. It just didn't. It didn't have any consistent
that didn't
effect.
translate into the game.
The baseline should have been
exactly
Spotlight
what
Hour.
you said. Where I opened up the phone, looked at it, I was struggling to catch 10 Pokemon in general, let alone
for
Pidgey.
the special research.
Yeah, it was like catch 10 Pokemon, transfer 10 Pokemon. I was like, I can transfer 10 Pokemon all day, but catching 10, I've got 9 here, and 2 of those were Pidgeys.
Yeah,
what a Pidgey event!
I think they should have had Spotlight Hour baseline numbers of spawns, like give me clusters, and then they should have made it like stupid, like
like to the point where you couldn't click them. Yeah, to the point where you could not click all of them.
Yeah,
they were all despawning before you had. Yeah.
J Mab Pure Lighter in the chat. What's up? Saying hello. What's going on? Pure Lighter goes, it's time. Oh my God.
It's not time yet. We're almost there. We're gonna get heated about everything.
Dude, that was one of our best tweets ever. Was the "It's Time" meme that I made with the with the local raid pass, the premium raid pass in Bruce Puffer's hand. It was so good.
That was good. I will admit.
All right, let's get out of foul and let's talk about spring into spring because that's what we have going on right now. Now I
wouldn't know.
Look. Well, here. I don't want to tip my hat too much, but Adam, how's your event been?
Wait, with this one that we're playing right now?
Yeah, Rising Prices.
Rising Prices. I haven't played.
Wait, what do you mean, Adam?
I deleted the app.
Yo.
So first off, let me tell you that like I love this game. This game has done so much for me mentally, and like it's brought me so much closer to Ken.
Giggity.
It's just I don't know. Like I want to cry, but I'm too angry to cry about it. So I'm like, and it's just the only thing that I know to like save myself from getting overtly upset. And this is something that you said a while ago. Like if the game is causing you that much stress, then walk away from it. I walked away. It stinks knowing that like I'm not gonna be able to catch a cutie fly. but that's really all I'm missing. Am I really concerned about all these flower hat EVs? No, I could care less. So it's a good event to not have played the
All
event,
right,
right?
so I mean, look, that was what a lot of people were kind of saying about March. They were like, "Oh, it's going to be lame. I'll take it easy." The April
Yeah,
news
but
came
we're on the
out.
heels of other things, so
Sure,
I think
sure.
it's even easier now.
But a lot of people, yeah, well, a lot of people saw this and were like, "All right, whatever." Cherry blossoms, flower crowns, and an assortment of eggs. It can only mean one thing: it's time to ripe. What? The time is ripe to spring into spring. All right. The 4th
Did you
through
read
the
that
10th.
correctly?
I don't know. Did I even read it? Cutie Fly Rabombi. I have not evolved yet, simply because I'm just waiting for a little bit better one. Not in a rush. I think.
What do you mean? You always evolve like the first one you catch.
I usually do, but the featured Pokemon of the event are the official term, metric shit ton of costume Pokemon. Old time gamer dad.
So you know I'm excited.
No. There's plenty of EV. There's plenty of the evolutions. Just make sure you do the evolutions. Remember, you gotta have certain conditions for, Leafeon or Glaceon and Sylveon. Like, do your shit. Umbreon, Espeon, Day Night. Do all your shit. Just try to get as many that you can for trying not to get duplicates of Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon. Good luck with that. Half
Just
hatch
ignore them
distance.
because they have a costume.
Yep, 2 times hatch candy. Lucky eggs for 1 hour. Wild encounters. Pretty cool seeing Jigglypuff. Haven't seen Jigglypuff in a hot minute. That's kind of cool. Whismur, Bunnelby. I did catch 2 Chanseys today with the Flower Crown, which was really cool. Togetic with Flower Crown, even though we got Togetic Community Day coming up. Get it with the Flower Crown now. 1-star raids, not so exciting, but Cutie Fly is in there. 3-star Executor Alolan, Executor Chansey, Togetic. Going for the Chanseys.
You got to take a Chansey.
Wait, so when did you get rid of the game? Have you done Lugia? Yeah, right? Lugia was...
I've done Lugia. I don't know. When was the last time hold on. I'm going to show you. It's in the Discord.
We also had Mega Lopunny. We had all the eggs, the 2K eggs with the babies and some of the old costumes. Riolu back in there. Field research, you can get Chansey. Collection challenge and the ridiculous happening. Yo, I should buy that shit right now. Hold up. Hold on. I'm going to buy that jam.
We're just both on our phones. Hang on.
Yeah, hold on a second. I need to buy this real quick. Featured. Bam. Exchange. Oh, I got that drip. Should I leave my dumb baggy pants with this on? It looks weird.
Oh my god!
All right, I got that. Yeah, dripped out.
I'm still scrolling to find it.
Oh, I got a rate.
But I was like, oh, they announced the bag increase or the storage increase, and I was like, what the crap is this? And then I'm like, Adam here, just wondering what the plan was for Regidrago makeup event. This is in like the PPN network little chat that we've got going on.
Oh,
and then I was like, for my extra large sarcasm and my extra small patience.
Adam Just Will says I'm so excited for costumes.
Please, Justin, I need you to leave the chat.
Morgan Mitsuki says hyped for Cherry Blossom Eevee. Still need more original flower crowns though. See, look at him. People like costume Pokemon. I like shiny costume Pokemon. That's
it was the third. It was the third, around 4 o'clock when I.
The third.
The app.
Okay, so you've been Pokemon Go for free for more than 48 hours.
Yep.
Tell me about this experience. How has this been?
Immediately the itch was like, oh, it's not there.
Like wake up in the morning, kind of.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's not there. So it is definitely revealing that like it is a habit.
You're a crackhead.
Yeah. and like to the point where I'm like, oh well, I guess I'll look at that other game. And
oh, stop, Adam! I'm cutting you off. Cutting you off. I don't care what you're doing.
And that's only simply just to like spin something, just to say like I did something like that, And I'm trying. It took everything I had to stay this.
J-Man in the chat said, Ken, if you're ever in London, please take all my shiny costumes. I'll take them. Just Will says play TCG Live instead. There you go.
Yeah, honestly, I've been playing a lot of TCG
There
Live.
you go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. But no, I'm enjoying this event. There's chances. It's pretty good. There's a lot of stuff going on. Oh, I got chat showing up in front of me. Hold up. What is going on with this chat, yo?
Did you break it again?
I didn't break it. Just
you broke it.
I did. I totally didn't. I'm just putting it behind me.
Long story short,
Adam hasn't
I'm
played.
not too worried. I'm not worried about Cutie Fly. And seeing people be upset because they put Ryulu shiny in 2K eggs and not seeing any? Oh, that's my favorite.
Hold on a second. We had a first-time chat from Chmreh in the chat. Says, dropping money on remote raids and costumes 5 minutes into the podcast. So much for Hear Us Niantic. Oh, my God. Okay. No, so I'm enjoying the event. Going after the chances, so I can't go wrong. Look, I've had a busy couple days. I was away on a work trip. I was in Atlantic City up really late last night after like a work event. I was on the road this morning at like 7 a.m. and worked a full day. I'm so shot right now, dude. I'm so tired. I'm absolutely exhausted. So it's like I'm dude, my eyes are normally closed like all the time, but like they're real.
Brock?
I'm totally like Brock, but like now it's like real bad. Now it's real bad. So sorry. I assure you, I'm awake. I can see. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right. We got to talk about Regieleki, dude. I know this is a little bit sensitive, but I guess let's start with Regidrago, right? What was the date? The 31st? What was no? When was that? Shit.
Listen, I don't know the actual date, so I'm not gonna.
It's been weeks.
My grave.
It's been weeks.
It's been weeks, and it wasn't until a week later that we got communication said, "Hey, we understand stuff happened. We're gonna make up a makeup event. Stay tuned." Regieleki it's on Sunday, and I still don't have any communication to let me know what's going on. And again, before we started talking on this podcast, this came up, and I was like, I started getting heated, and I was like, no, I gotta save it. Gotta save it because that tells me we don't have any communication on the Regidrago makeup event.
Post acknowledgement, right.
Post acknowledgement.
March 11th, Morgan in the chat said, by the way. March 11th.
March 11th. Okay. Which means, like, it's all coming full circle, and I mean, I'm spitting out of my, butt here, but it's got to mean that they don't have confidence in Regieleki. Because...
No. There's no way, if they didn't have confidence in Regieleki, there's no way they would do it. There's no way they would do it.
Yeah, but timing and getting everything set up, and I'm pretty sure. You
want to know my tinfoil hat theory?
Stays in motion.
Here's my tinfoil hat.
In motion stays in motion.
Look, tinfoil hat theory. They do it on Easter, so that way there's less people playing and less server strain.
Or just nobody does it.
I don't know how many.
If I can delete the app and not catch a cutie fly, others can just enjoy their time with their family and not worry about Regieleki. Please, for the love of everything.
I'll be there. Red Bank Marine Park Mast. 9 a.m. I'll be there. I'll be at 9 a.m. 11 a.m. I'll be there. 11. I'll be like, where the hell is? Where's everybody? I'll be like that John Travolta meme. Like,
you're just waiting. Nobody shows up.
But Adam, there's going to be exclusive timed research after you defeat a Regieleki.
Oh my God! You mean the research that I didn't get the first time?
Exactly. That's exactly the research I'm talking about.
That's exactly the reason I wouldn't go.
Adam, did you know what elite raids are, or would you like me to read them to you?
Could you explain what an elite raid was?
Elite raids are a challenging variety of raid battles. They appear from special raid eggs and
God, it wasn't challenging.
It says they take 24 hours to hatch. It should say it takes 24 hours to catch. Once the raid egg hatches, a raid boss will appear for 30 minutes. Yo, too short a time.
That is way too short of a time.
Too short. 45 minutes.
You are literally putting so many people with so much like fear of missing out in that 30. Like much anxiety is built into that half hour. I think it's important that we discuss the elephant in the room. There's a lot of anxiety in that half hour. First it happened with Hoopa, then it happened with Hoopa again, and then it happened to Regidrago. There's so much anxiety.
Dude.
Like, why are we doing this? Stop. Just don't go. Please.
Look, it was.
Yeah, it was.
I'll be there. I'll be there with bells on.
I won't be there.
I'll be there. I'm gonna bring a box of.
time.
I'll bring a box of Joe, some chocolates. It'll be great. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, man. I don't have confidence that it's gonna go off without a hitch. Well, I was gonna make a joke, 30-minute raid timer, but 22 minutes of that 30 minutes, you'll probably be stressed out trying to get in to the raid. No,
Yeah,
look,
it's not worth it.
I don't think they would do this unless they were confident, right? But by that same dumb logic, they wouldn't have done Regidrago either if they thought they were confident. Clearly, that was a disaster. So let's pretend, Adam. Are you ready to pretend with me? This goes off without a hitch. The people,
a mythical.
There'll probably be less people rating, but what if those people that rate it have no problem? They get the special research. They get to everything just works. Does this even matter to anyone that it works?
It matters to me.
It matters to you. Okay.
Because if it does work, that means that they fix something along the lines to make it work. But then again, is it because you're a tinfoil hat because
Right.
there's less people playing, there's less strain, and then what happens when they're I don't know, there's a Koraidon or whatever, I don't know, whatever the Scarlet Violet, one of the beasts, like Wild Fangs or Tusk, Iron Bundle. They just say, Iron Bundle, Elite Raids. I'm freaking out. I got a half hour to catch this. And because there's so many people that are so excited about it, and then it goes up. It just, you have to.
So this has
to start working.
But this is an interesting point. This is an interesting point because what you're saying is even if this went off fine, you'd still be stressed out about the next one because you don't believe they could do it twice in a row.
No, I'm just saying because the lesser amount of players playing, A, because of the Hear Us Niantic movement, and B,
because of
Easter.
Easter.
I don't know about you, but I'm hanging with my family.
But also, I'd imagine that people will probably be busier Easter morning. Like the 11 o'clock time slot would probably be tougher for people, right? Brunch.
I hope they're all tough for everyone. I hope nobody goes.
Wow. Adam's got spice.
No, I just think that it's Easter. The Easter Bunny's coming. Not the Easter Regieleki bunny.
Yeah. No, look, I don't know, man. I think that this has to work. If it doesn't work, there'll be big issues.
Yes.
There'll be big issues.
110%.
Did you see the thing of hey, we've added this additional date to the calendar? What was that? Shit, I'm not prepared. They put a post out hey, we've added this
save the date.
Save the date.
And the save the date was oh, it's Saturday the 8th. But the actual blog says the 9th.
What? I don't know. No, it was a future date. And I was like, could this be the Regidrago makeup? I don't know. They should have said something. The fix should have already been in.
Yes.
It's problematic, and this goes back to the first Hear Us Niantic thing. Because this is the important part to talk about. Because outside of actual functioning gameplay, right? The issue with a lot of the problems with Niantic was that they weren't communicating. Oh, we'll do better. But this is the perfect opportunity that we need communication. We need something. Obviously, the Twitter space or the Twitter mob is overflowing.
And then that's an issue in and of itself. I can understand everybody wanting to get this hashtag trending and stuff, but that's not an excuse to berate individuals. You can say that and tag Niantic, but then you start going after employees and Twitter doing its thing. Not okay. That's and it's weird because Twitter goes after Ken, but nobody says anything to me. And if that were the same logic that everybody else is using right now, like nobody comes after me.
Well, because you're quiet, and I'm an easy target, and I
Yeah.
ask for it. But that's like, I'm gonna pull this up on screen real quick. Let me pull this up.
Sorry to take it in another direction.
No, this is an important thing to discuss, and just give me a second so I could find
because
it.
I'm all for like, hey, there's a problem. Hear us.
All right, here we go.
We are all correct in the fact where we feel unheard. Period.
Okay.
But like attacking individuals, their family members, you know what I mean? Like anybody that's like in there, like it just doesn't make sense. It literally is just online bullying.
All right.
At that point,
I'm pulling up Player One Tyler's Twitter on the screen. Tyler is the global PGO community manager, and he put this tweet up 2 days ago. He says, "Got my first death threat. I mean this sincerely. This is my personal account. I look at what people say regarding my line of work, but this is not an official line of communication for Niantic. If you want me to see your feedback, please be constructive. Threats are not." Fucking death threat. Like,
that's messed up.
this has happened to me. I've gotten this too. I'm in the line of fire. Tyler is not in the line of fire. This is his personal account, and people are all up in there like just being crazy. Liz George chimed in because Liz, former community manager for Pokemon GO, also received shit like that. She says, "The things that were said to me, I never want to repeat and have changed how I interact with people online for the rest of my life. Stop it. Your words have meaning. Think about those words before you say them. And if you think about them and you still want to say them, seek help."
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
And what's even more crazy is the fact that like you did your Twitter space, and that was the perfect opportunity for any of the Twitter trolls to come after you, to jump on and be like, "Rawr." But everybody hid behind their keyboard. Nobody wanted to talk. Nobody was malicious. Nobody was angry. I mean, angry, but in a different way. But nobody came out.
Yep.
To call you anything, because everybody is powerful behind a keyboard. But the second we're open, even Jamal's like, "Hey, here's my number. Call me." Nobody wants to call him. No, everybody's afraid to have an actual conversation.
I put the voicemail number up. Got very few voicemails. Some of them incoherent. Some of them really good. I'm going to make some kind of content with them. But it's like, where are all the people that are telling me all the mean stuff? I must have responded to 500 tweets this week. And what would happen a lot is I'd have some kind of real nasty tweet, and I'd go to respond because I would respond to them all. And this was my process. If they actually put some thought into it and had a good response that could potentially be constructive, I would respond as such. It would be great conversation. If they were just rude and disrespectful and calling me an ass kiss or whatever they want to say, a shill, they're going to get a dumb line, a stupid gif, and some dumb hashtag. I'm going to say thank you for helping this tweet get more engagement. Like just something stupid. I'm going to troll them. But we do the Twitter space the other night, and we'll jump into this now. So the way the Twitter space works is it is a mobile-based online gathering of people through Twitter where I, as the host, can speak freely, and then I can give microphone access to anyone that joins if they request it. So I put this tweet out saying, "Hey, we're going to do this space. We're going to talk about the remote raids. I don't care what your perspective is. If you want to talk, I will give you the time to talk. Just no hate. As long as you're not a total dick, you can say your piece." And I've done these before, and I always give everyone a chance to talk. And almost exclusively, every time I do these, the people that come out are super respectful, super articulate, and
And you can
well
tell they
thought.
care.
You can tell they care. So I do this community roundtable. It was 3 days ago now. I say we're going to do a community roundtable to discuss the upcoming changes and how it will impact your community and personal gameplay come sound off. All right. So when I did this space, I read through like my hot take that I had put up on Twitter that people were trying to crucify me for, saying that I was so crazy that I thought that this was a good idea.
Yeah, I can't believe you thought that.
They couldn't handle that I could possibly have an opinion. And like the opinion is not even controversial. Like it's just not. Like I'm not saying shit.
Oh, I've got some controversial opinions.
So I do the thing. I give my piece and I'm like, "Hey, if anyone has an issue with anything I've just said or would like to debate on any of the topics I just said, great. This is why we're here." But I was expecting some of the Twitter mob to be there and just get on the mic, start cursing, say inappropriate shit, and then click off, hang up or whatever. Every single person that came had amazing points. I was originally planning on doing the Twitter space for 60 minutes, for an hour. We ended up going 3 hours long. Because the people just kept wanting to talk, and I gave them their room. And I let everybody say their piece. I would say only 2 people were like supportive of the change. Everyone else had some kind of constructive feedback. We heard from disabled people. We heard from youth that don't have cars.
Yeah, that was really cool to hear.
Dude, that one was crazy for me. Because it's so obvious. Obviously, if you're a 16, 17-year-old kid, you don't have a car, and you're in a rural area, double whammy, how are you going to get to the raids to do in-person raids? You can't drive. So you rely on remote raiding. And this kid was like, I also have to be aware of my overspending in this game. I spend all my allowance. Like, how is this kid so fucking articulate? I was like, this is real feedback. For a week on Twitter, I've been asking for feedback, and all I get is, fuck you, Ken. And then within 5 minutes in the space, I'm getting this amazing feedback from a 17-year-old who can put, like, amazing feedback into text, into words. It was so good. I heard from people that were talking about how they have family members that live in rural areas. They live in metro areas. So they would constantly feed their family members in rural areas raids, and that's how they were able to enjoy the game together. They rely on
their family.
Yeah, they rely on those raids. Now it's much more limited because now they can only do 5 a day. And we know that this is impacting like the greater masses, and we'll talk about the Ed Wu thing. And 5 raids is still a lot a day. But there's some people where 5 raids is not enough. And I acknowledge that. I just think that there needs to be a shift. So we did the roundtable. You can catch the backup on our Twitter feed. We had 250 people listening live, which was amazing. As of right now, 1,200 people have listened back to the 3-hour space. So thank you so much if you've checked it out. It's live
That's
right
incredible.
now on our Twitter. Please check it out. Amazing feedback. Jump around. It's 3 hours long. It's long. Jump around. Hear the different perspectives. So many different perspectives. It was awesome. Very eye-opening. Good stuff. All right. Let's talk about the next event. Yeah, we can talk about this. A Mystic Hero. Pull it up on screen. Shout out to Tish Smith, friend of the show. Lapras being your favorite Pokemon. We got a picture of the Mystic logo. We have Lapras with a cute little bow. Different than the ascot bow from the last Lapras costume. Are you ready to be a hero, Adam? That's my question for you. Are you ready to be a hero? Blanche wouldn't think
Depends on how Regieleki goes.
No. Adam's
Yeah.
Adam's just gonna keep the fucking game downloaded. It's just like not downloaded. Blanche wouldn't think to ask others for help, but the Team Mystic leader could use some support. Mystic Hero, the 13th through the 17th, double XP for evolving Pokemon. That's an interesting one. 2 guaranteed Candy XL for evolutions. All right, hard stop. This is pretty cool.
Evolving is going to get you XL candy?
2 guaranteed. 2 guaranteed.
But you have to spend 50 normal to get that, or 25 normal.
Adam, you sound like Twitter right now. 2 guaranteed XL. That's good stuff. We like XL. We want XL.
Yeah, but what about from raids?
Next Tuesday.
Can we just know how many we're going to get from raids?
No, and you can't evolve legendaries. Next Tuesday Spotlight Hour is double transfer candy. Use that to your advantage.
So does that say 4 guaranteed XL because
no,
it's double?
No.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Transfer your Pokemon during Spotlight Hour. This is what I do. I load up all my Pokemon to transfer. I highlight all of them. 5:59, 6 o'clock. I hit transfer. I get my candy bonus. I can play the entire event without having to worry about selecting Pokemon in the menus. Lure modules will activated for the event will last 3 hours. This is what I don't like. It says all lure modules.
Wait. So you're saying Goldingo?
I'm saying no. We confirmed with Niantic that the gold ones are not included. Last time they
take the all off of there. That's part of the communication.
Take the all off. Take the all off.
That's a quick. You go in, edit, boom, done.
Yeah. Basher Ball God said that it's been confirmed that it was one guaranteed Candy XL for evolving Pokemon. We actually confirmed with Niantic it is 2. On the infographic that Niantic released, it said 1 guaranteed XL candy. In the blog, it says 2 guaranteed XL candies. We confirmed with Niantic it is, in fact, 2. Getting 2.
Okay.
Special research story, Lapras wearing Blanche-themed accessory. This could be a very rare shiny Pokemon. You got 1 shot. Special research. 1 chance to get that shiny. Field research, time research. You can still get the.
No.
I don't know. I think this will make for a fun, basic event. Not a lot of stuff going on. It's just your normal spawns during the time window, but you get a bonus. But a great shiny chase. So. Yeah, J-Mad in the chat saying...
But you only get 1 chance.
Yeah, J-Mad saying communication, Basher Ball God, and you wonder why we don't believe Niantic. Yo, unfortunately, their blog accuracy and stuff has been not so great lately. Not so great at all. They've had typos. They've had the wrong icons. You know, they did the whole GBL thing, and they're using the wrong icon. Like...
And then they do shinies on stuff that's not
shiny. Right. It's not a tight blog ship. Pogo Joel in the chat. Yo, what up? I don't know, man. Not a good look. And they had the typo again. I'll pull up the slide really quick. We're just talking about the remote raids. Just so you know, if you're in the chat right now, changes go live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific. So work out that time zone. I highly recommend, if you're not on that not pay or you're not on the Adams deleted the game tip.
But that also includes Campfire and Ingress.
Okay.
I mean, I never downloaded Pikmin Bloom,
but buy 3 raid pass bundle before the price goes up.
But I can't.
But Basher Ball God, and then don't use the word all. Yeah. I didn't like that they used all. They said all lure modules. 2 events ago, we had 3-hour lures.
That's already in there. So
yeah,
somebody's got to make a change.
I brought it up.
How hard is that?
I asked the question.
But how hard is that? How hard is that to just say like, okay, that one will last for 3 hours?
It's like
too.
Their hands on the delete key, like, no, I can't do it. No, it's the last time it didn't. It just said lure modules. Lure modules is the actual name of the consumable. Yes, it's the category, but it's also that normal pink consumable. Giggity. So when they say lure modules, it's clearly that. They shouldn't have put the all. They definitely shouldn't have put the all.
Yeah, exactly. And
15 hours till the remote
it's
repass.
it's still there right now. The all.
Yeah, no, it's there.
So like they're aware of it, and it still says it. That's what kills me. That's what kills me.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
So either
They got
quickly.
You know how
edit
much
it
red
out.
tape they got to do to delete the word all?
Okay, well then just
There's
make
like-
gold
there's
the
like-
Goldingo
Dude,
thing.
it's like John Henke in the room with a key in thing, and then there's fucking like Ishihara in another room with a key and a thing. They got to turn them at the same time to delete the word all. So funny. All right, Adam, I say we take a little break for our audio listeners. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Ed Wu article on Eurogamer. We're going to talk about Twitter. There's plenty going on Twitter. We're going to talk about Hear Us Niantic. Adam, I want you to air out your feelings and let us know what you're doing to kind of in this time period.
Yeah, I mean nothing.
And then
Yeah, it's a pretty strong thing.
yeah, it speaks volumes. But no, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to run through all that other shit. Thank you so much for everyone that's in the chat. It's great turnout in the chat, so we're really appreciative that everyone is here. Basher Bulgat, I stand with Singaporean grandmothers. Yo, the name of today's episode is Singaporean Grandma, just so you know. It's in the show notes. We're running it.
It's in the description.
We're
as
running
well.
it. I tell Adam, I'm like, yo, just so you know, the episode is called Singaporean Grandma. He's like, why?
And then he told me, and I'm like, that's so great.
It's so good. All right, audio listeners, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll run through all that shit. But yeah, we'll be back right after this. All right,
All right, so does
video
that mean
people.
I can like stand up real quick?
You could stand up and stretch and go
Oh, my
pee-pee
goodness.
and get a drink or whatever.
Well, that's
This is
I
the
don't wanna
behind the scenes for the video
that's the
people.
behind. Oh, I'm like in the can. No.
You're in my armpit.
Oh, that's a stinky place.
smells.
Hang on, it's like yeah.
Hi, everybody. Now that Adam is gone. So, I wanted to talk to Adam about, like, his perspective on this and the way during Hear Us Niantic the first time around, I was very proud of him because he stuck to his guns. And he did the same thing. He's like, I'm not playing. And then when he brought the game back, he's like, I'm not spending. And he was very accurate. Are you having potato chips? Like, what the fuck are you doing? He stuck to it. So I was very proud of him. And this time around, he literally deleted the game. So, very interesting. Very interesting move on Adam's part. It's a controversial strategy, Cotton. We'll have to see if it pays off. But we'll get there in a minute. Definitely going to talk about this Ed Wu article. But I do appreciate everyone in the chat. We're going to get back into the show in probably 60 seconds. There he is. It's Adam. He's back. Breaking shit, bumping into mics, eating pretzels. Hi, Adam. Are you having some pretzels?
How did you know that?
Because they're fucking crunchy, and I heard you crunch it from across the room. Don't have another one. We got to do a show.
I wasn't. I was just showing you that I had one.
How's the 100 kilometers going? That was a 1 week thing, man. I hit the goal. I can't do it every week, man. It's just too time consuming. I was walking like 4 or 5 hours a day, man. It was long. I did it 2 weeks ago, but yeah, it was awesome. And all the stuff's on our Instagram, so check it out. All right, Adam, you ready to come back?
I'm ready.
And we're back from our break.
We're back from our
Your timing
break.
is ridiculous. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I'm like way behind.
It is. It's really bad. Anyway, we've got a little housekeeping to get through before the ass of the show.
Little housekeeping.
Will you stop? I'm going to mute you. This podcast...
the
Stop!
mom
I'm going to
jeans
mute
of
you!
This episode.
Going to mute you. Jeez.
But the mom jeans of this episode.
You are not the mom jeans of this episode at all. You are not.
That's a big blissy.
Leave my blissy alone. Anyway, you can support our show and our network for as little as $1 a month on our Patreon at patreon.com/PokemonProfessor. You'll get access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. each month you could take part in our PTCG live tournament, our PGO tournament, and win prizes like money and stuff. So that's fun. Adam's got cards in his hands. It's bad. Huge thanks to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, Austin Zard, Bean and Cheese, DJ Wonderbread, GK, Hull the Counselor, Sue Jamal, Mythical Hitch, and Big Za Minus. Special thanks to our executive producer, Paul Bhatt, as well as other executive producers on the network, Tish Smith and Kate the Cons. All right. It's time to talk about Mr. Ed Wu.
Who?
Ed Wu is the VP of Pokemon Go. Both Adam and I have had the pleasure of spending some time with Ed over the years. Very intelligent guy, super concerned with community sentiment. He's the guy. Like, people always talk shit about Niantic employees. Oh shit, Just Will gifting a tier 1 sub to Tish Smith.
What?
Good looking out, yo. Ed Wu is like the antithesis of what the Twitter mob thinks Niantic employees are. Right? We hear all the time. Do you even play the game, bro? Do you know anything about the game? You're so disconnected. Ed Wu is like the opposite of that. He's so grounded. I remember the first time I was on a call with him, and I was like, dude, I'm so confident right now. So he's a good guy. He sat with Tom Phillips via Zoom to talk about the remote raid pass changes and as well as a blockbuster slate of summer features. And it kind of first addresses the cost, the rising prices of the raid passes. It's good that they talk about that. They say that it's a way to nudge people away from remote raiding and back to IRL. All makes sense. Ed Wu comes in, and the guy, I believe, Tom Phillips, really asks the right questions. But a lot of people thought that Ed Wu's responses were like tone deaf, completely out of left field, and completely not connected or on base with the community at all.
What do you mean? Like what?
I'll tell you. So this is a quote. It says, quote, "It's a big and meaningful change to a huge part of the game. So as you might imagine, for a change of this magnitude, we've of course examined many possible alternatives. After thinking very carefully about this, and what we're doing is relatively simple. Generally speaking, the goal is to keep remote raids as part of Pokemon Go, but to do so in a sustainable way. The change is necessary for the long-term health of the game and our principles of getting folks outside and exploring the world together." Okay. This is like the same mantra that I've been beating forever. Important to note here, it says, the goal is to keep remote raid. Remote raids aren't going anywhere. You can still remote raid. You're just going to have to pay more and do less. They're still here, though. Still here. Simply put, the remote raid price is the same as the in-person passes. There's no incentive to raid together. Meanwhile, the ease of raiding remotely has led to players raiding far more than Niantic intended, unbalancing the availability of Pokemon in the app's endgame XL candy grind. All right. Tom Phillips does a good job of addressing a core issue that people have with remote raiding. Here's where things get a little off track, and this is where people latched onto to kind of discredit Ed Wu, discredit the brand, discredit the changes. I admit that I laughed because it's funny. Says there's a wide variety of folks that play Pokemon Go, Wu said. Generally speaking, the number of people who will be affected by the cap on a day-to-day basis is a relatively small part of the total set of folks who play our game. This is true. It's often sometimes useful to ground what the median player of Pokemon Go is. It's something I talk about with the team all the time. The median player of Pokemon Go is probably someone like a Singaporean grandma who walks with her senior group for 30 to 60 minutes every morning as part of her exercise and social routine, who mostly focuses on catching Pokemon with her friends and maybe very occasionally, or maybe not at all, raids. Okay. You understand why people can make fun of that, right?
Yes.
Singaporean grandma. The shitty part of this is I know he's probably fucking dead spot on right. You know what I mean? The average player probably plays for less than an hour a day. Like, for sure. I would say
that
they
would
play...
be like my mom. My mom.
Like your mom probably plays for half an hour a day. She'll do a couple raids in one day, right?
Yeah, like and that's the thing. So if she gets invited, that's the only way she can raid, because anytime that she can raid, like at an actual location, there's never enough people.
Basher Ball God in the chat brings up a good point. Says, this is the same excuse they use for bringing community days from 6 hours to 3. The median player did 3 hours, but at different times. So it's clear they need to support that median player segment because obviously it's the largest. But those aren't the people on Twitter. Those aren't the people listening to the podcast. Those aren't the people consuming Pokemon Go content on Twitch. These are the median players. These are the Singaporean grandmas of the world. It's a little disheartening. He goes on to say some different stuff. They talk about Arceus. Like, it's... He talks about how remote raids were a shortcut. I agree with this. It was a shortcut. It makes a tougher mechanic. Again, how do we define difficulty in this game? Just get off this wall of text here. How do we define difficulty? It's physical exertion, expenditure of time. That's what makes the game hard. So how do they make this hard? You got to get to the raid. That makes lots of challenges. That accessibility component is what is driving the Hear Us Niantic to make a return. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to move away from the Ed Wu article. Just fucking read it. It's good.
Yeah, just as like a side note, it's like if we didn't have remote raids, I wouldn't be able to do a remote raid in a situation where it's dangerous for me to be over by that raid. Especially during the winter time, and this is what I'm thinking, because it's winter. The roads are crap. I don't want to be driving around like trying to get to some place in the middle of winter. Like, remote raiding is the only way to raid in the winter.
Pogo Joel in the chat says, I wish he would have elaborated on what about remote raiding makes the game unsustainable. I can kind of speak to this. It has everything to do with the Pokemon becoming commodities. Here's $1 for my remote raid pass now. My $1.95 for a remote raid pass. Hand me my legendary.
Yeah, but you still have to catch it.
You still have to catch it.
And they're not that easy to catch.
But then what ends up happening is you got someone who's doing 200 Lugia raids. You're saturating the market. You're saturating the Pokemon caught. How can you say Lugia has value as a legendary Pokemon when you have 300 of them in your inventory? That's not a special Pokemon. It's not sustainable if you could get your fill of a Pokemon when it comes around. They want to make them more scarce. We talked about this last week. If I do all 5 raids every day remotely, exclusively, and I do 35 Lugia raids during the week it's here, but that's all I do is 35, I might not get the shiny. So the next time Lugia comes around, I'm going to raid it because I didn't get the shiny. I only had 35 tries. I didn't have 350 tries. Yeah, you can increase your tries by doing it in person, but you're not going to do 350 in-person raids. Another point in the chat that was just brought up, Shadow Link Dragon Wolf King. The other problem is that they limit the exclusivity of an exclusive move. Yeah. It makes the move more powerful because people desire it. People have to use elite TMs. They want to sell some Elite TMs? Give less Pokemon the move. Now you got to use an Elite TM. You got to pay for it in that expensive Community Day box. 28,400 million coins. So we had the remote rating announcement. We had the Ed Wu article, which I thought was a great article. Many in the community thought it was the worst. He's not obviously there at Eurogamer to talk about the community impact of remote raids. He talked about it,
Yeah.
but that's not why he was there. He was there to talk about the blockbuster slate. I'm not even going to talk about it because what we care about is the remote raids. So, Twitter's up in arms, as per usual. I think this is great for the game. Everybody hates me. Hear Us Niantic
I
makes
go
its
silent.
return. Adam goes radio silent. Probably the smartest thing on earth.
Yeah, but like, it's not necessarily that. It's just I feel like sometimes keeping quiet says a lot more.
I'm going to pull up Go Stadium here. Go Stadium was quintessential in the first Hear Us Niantic movement. Go Stadium definitely has a strong following and they do a good job of bringing people together. So I'm just going to read the Hear Us Niantic statement, and we're going to go from there, and then I'm going to give my feedback on it. So Go Stadium says, starting as an online community gives us a unique perspective, and knowing how many trainers around the world are affected by this is extremely saddening. You can still achieve your goals without harming other trainers. A bunch of hashtags, including Hear Us Niantic. All right. Dear Niantic, you strapped in, Adam? All right. Dear Niantic, we are writing you on behalf of your customers, the Pokemon Go community. We want to start off by letting you know we love Pokemon Go. Not just Go, but the Pokemon franchise in general. We are and always will be passionate, loyal, and vocal about our thoughts and concerns. We want Pokemon Go to succeed, and we want to be able to play this game, the game we love, for years to come. Great opening paragraph. Fantastic. I'm on board. I'm fired up. Unfortunately, we as a whole feel unheard. Time and time again, our questions go unanswered, our concerns are not addressed, and most importantly, our needs are not taken into proper consideration. I'm still on board. Communication is terrible. Still on board, everybody. Give me the no update is still an update. Give me I see what we did. We stepped in shit. Let's talk about it. Give me the acknowledgement of, yeah, we fucked up Regidrago, but then follow up with the real fix that you say is coming. Don't make us wait weeks.
Yeah, because then they tweet out other things that are irrelevant because we're still waiting on something else.
And then
So
the comment section.
Yeah, it's like clearly we're all passionate. Clearly we're all frustrated. We want an answer for that. And if you don't have an answer, tell us you don't have an answer yet. Say we're still working on it.
Right.
Just keep us in the loop.
No update is still an update.
Continue.
They can update the fucking known issues page every day with no problem. All right. As of now, we are specifically referring to the April 6th remote raid pass update. We do not agree with your decision, and the majority of us want you to know that limiting remote raids to 5 passes a day will harm rural trainers who lack the adequate local community support. I agree. Trainers with disabilities who physically cannot get outside to play. I agree. Trainers who have severe social anxiety who struggle mentally to get outside to participate in in-person raids. I agree. Trainers who work night shifts and cannot participate during the day. I agree. Single-parent trainers who are managing children, a household and career with minimal time to spare. I agree. Most importantly, all the remote raid changes will limit our global interaction with our trainers who we have developed tight bonds with over the last 3 years. They did not capitalize the T in trainers. That bothers me. Every form of trainer, lowercase t, has equal and every right to play and enjoy Pokemon Go. Remember that line. I'm going to come back to it. At the end of the day, the world has evolved since the pandemic. The landscape of working, playing, and interacting has evolved and changed. Trainers now work from home through new work-life dynamic, rich remote communities were built. These communities are just as viable and strong as in-person communities. Lies! Lies! They're not. They're online communities. No. No. No! I will not. Are they strong communities? Yeah. Don't compare them to in-person communities. They're not that. They never will be that. I'm sorry. I'm heated. I'm not even looking at my levels.
I can tell.
These communities are unique, special, and one of a kind. And we know from the bottom of our hearts there's equal room to have both types of communities flourish simultaneously. I agree. Here's where things get messy. Every form of trainer has equal and every right to play and enjoy Pokemon Go. None of that has changed. How they play the game has changed. They still have equal and every right to play and enjoy the game. You going to tell someone else how to enjoy the game? No. It's up to them.
No, I find myself when I'm interacting with people that I'm meeting for the first time that are like, yeah, I played that game, and I'm like looking at their stuff. I'm like, why do you have 700 potions and you have like 10 Pokeballs? It doesn't make any sense. And they're like, because I don't have any room to spin stops.
I'm still going at him. Still going at him.
I know.
If Niantic's goal is to get trainers outside, reward players significantly for doing in-person raids. Rewards. Guaranteed XL rare candy. Increased lucky friend odds during first-time in-person raid interactions. Offer premium items such as incubator start pieces from in-person raids. Okay, it's solutions. It's offered solutions. I don't like them, but it's offered solutions. If you're going to give feedback, give a solution. So I like that this was included. I just don't like what they say. Incentivize the in-person raids, but do not take away or squander what we built globally over the last 3 years. No one's taking that away. Adam, are you really fucking eating pretzels right now? Come on!
I'm sorry. I'm very hungry.
Without remote raids, the opportunity to attend live events and meet with our global Pokemon Go friends will not be as enticing, exciting, or robust. Come on. It goes on. Second time. Hear Us Niantic. Look, I agree with nearly everything in this statement. There's things I don't agree with. The problem is how people that are in support of this, their tone and vibe is crazy on Twitter right now. Because everyone...
It's absolutely insane.
Everybody on... Look, I know I'm not fucking Darth Vader. I'm not a Sith. I'm not going to talk in absolutes. I say everybody. I'm talking about the fucking Twitter mob. People on Twitter are like, I'm calling out Count Jinsula. I'm calling out people. Count Jinsula puts out a video. I like him. He puts out spicy shit. Puts out a video, and he's like, if we want Niantic to take us seriously, we need to be better as a community and not pretty much saying, like, let's not be assholes. Let's be constructive. Tally ho. Then he posts, if Niantic was a Pokemon, what would it be? I'll go first, Trubbish.
Wow.
You just put out a video that said, like, let's be better. Glenn from Secret League. I like Glenn. Real chill dude. Puts out like, hey, look at this new sticker I'm making, whatever. Fuck Niantic. I was like, what? What? Glenn? Why? The usual suspects, Toshi, all those fucking guys. They're all crazy. They're all going, killing, trying to kill me. It's super hypocritical. And this is why I don't get behind this Hear Us Niantic movement right now, because I think that it is, while a lot of the stuff they're talking about is great, unfortunately it's clouded by the behaviors of the majority of loud voices that are rallying around this on Twitter. And you can't have it both ways. And here's some of my feedback. Hold on, let me get my soapbox. Okay. You complain that you're not heard. You complain that no one's listening. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. They're listening to everything. It's so naive to think that Niantic is not listening. They're listening to everything you say. There's a difference between...
some of it hurts real people.
Yeah. They don't... It's not just about being heard. Adam, you could give me advice for 10 hours a day. And if I don't put any of that into practice, I still heard you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They're listening to you. They don't agree with your ideas, they're not going to implement them. If they're not the ideas for the greater good of the game based on the people that develop this game. Does that suck? Do I want more say? Sure. I'm not the developer. But I know that I could give feedback that will be heard. And it's not because I work closely with Niantic. Anyone could tag Niantic or put hashtag Pokemon Go. They look at that shit like hawks. So you're being heard. They're just not implementing your ideas. They're not going to say, all right, we're going to increase lucky friend odds during first-time in-person raid interactions. I'm sure lots of Niantic employees read that and saw that. They hear you. But they're not going to put it into the game. Maybe they will, but it's not in the game because they don't agree with it. Doesn't work for them. There needs to be a realization that this is not our game. This is a free-to-play game. Can we have influence? Can we have a voice? Of course. Yes. Do it. I love that the community is rallying together. I love that about this. I love that something has brought the community together. I just don't like the tone that it's in right now because it doesn't feel rooted in kindness. It doesn't feel rooted in positive optimism, pushing to do better. Like, it just doesn't feel that. I don't feel that at all.
No, I don't either. And I know that I'm facing off with you on the other side of I'm different. I feel different. But, like, it makes sense.
It just seems so clouded by anger and hate. Yeah. And that sucks because they clearly have good messaging. Looking at the Go Stadium post, I'm like, oh shit, I agree with this. I agree with this. I agree. It's not bad. It's well written. They didn't capitalize T in trainer, but I hate that, dude. I hate it.
I know. You kill me every time.
I hate it.
Every time I type something.
Take that fucking tweet down, Adam.
Yeah.
I understand they feel unheard. If there was more dev diaries, if there was more Q&As, if there was more anything, even if the ideas that everyone's bringing up does not get implemented, at least they have some acknowledgement. And that's what this is about.
Even if we had an interview that Meowth did with Niantic Cat just to explain, what goes on, I would love to read that.
All right, let me back up. Because this is one thing that I hear every time that there's a issue with the game. We heard it during Hear Us Niantic the first time around. And that is the people using disabled players, rural players as, I don't know, they weaponize that for their own gain. I have serious
I'm
issue.
a rural player.
But I have serious issue with someone who may not even be a rural player, who may be able-bodied, who becomes this fair weather activist. All year long when the game is running good, not a single mention of disabled players. The second something goes wrong, what about the disabled players? they can still remote raid. You want to help the disabled players, help them. But don't use them as a shield. Oh, if I mention disabled players, no one's going to say shit to me because they'll get canceled. It burns me that people hide behind that. It burns me. Everyone
that's
can.
not okay.
No, it's not. And everyone can still play this game. How they play it varies. Everyone can play, but they will play differently. The nature of the game dictates that your environment and circumstance dictate how you play the game. If I'm in the city, this is the experience I get. If I'm in the woods, this is the experience I get. It's real life immersion. So the circumstances of our lives, having a car, not having a car, being able to get out, being fucking on house arrest, you can't leave your house. I don't know. I just think that people need to understand that they have to fight their own battles. And it burns me when they hide behind this. And it's worthy of a conversation. That's what I'm trying to do here. Does that mean that
sorry, I'm not good coming back and forth with you right now.
Look,
but...
no, I'm here. Does it mean that I don't want disabled players to be able to play this game? No, of course not. I want everyone to play this game, and they can. Is the disabled player going to be able to play? Does the disabled rural trainer, should that person deserve to have the same experience as an able-bodied city dweller? It's a different scenario. Yes, he should be able to play the game. Yes, they can. Rural player experience, city player experience, not the same. Is that okay? Yeah, that's okay. That's how the game is. If you were fucking Ash Ketchum and you're walking through the wilderness, you're going to experience the wilderness. And if you walk into a city, you're going to experience the city. That's the immersion of this game. We're real-life Pokemon trainers. You have to get out. That's how this game is designed. Pogo Joel talks about universal design. This is a great point. Universal design, is how he's saying it in the chat, is a process of creating products that are accessible to people with a wide range of abilities, disabilities, and other characteristics. I feel Pokemon Go is designed with universal design in mind. You could PvP from home. You could remote raid from home. You could run an incense from home.
You don't have to walk for PvP?
You don't have to.
Isn't this game all about exploration?
Yes.
Exercise?
Yes. Real life social interaction. Pogo Joe goes on to say, when they put in the door for a wheelchair with wheelchair access, a mom with a stroller can also use that same door. It benefits all. Yes, this is universal access. I think this game has universal access. That doesn't mean that the experience needs to be the same from trainer to trainer, because it will never be the same from trainer to trainer. My experience is different from Adam's experience.
For sure.
But now let's get back to the Twitter hate.
Well, hang on. Well, like my main concern is like I'm just upset with the price.
Oh, prices suck.
Increase,
the prices suck.
The price increase, like it's absolutely ridiculous. If you want to limit us and you're limiting us to just 5, okay. That is like I feel like that's like the lowest limit, and they were just like, that's what we're doing. Okay, it's the lowest limit. Just let us raid. Like, I personally don't necessarily do all 5 of my raids. I enjoy the fact that I can be at my house getting dinner ready and not be like, oh, hold on, I gotta stress out I gotta leave because this is the only moment in my day that I can go get this raid boss. You know, like I can physically get there, but it's gonna take me 10 minutes to get there, 10 minutes to get back. I I could be cooking dinner. I would rather be cooking dinner.
Basher Ball God brings up a good point in the chat here, Adam. Says it's important to make sure the game is balanced for all segments. I had just said it's not going to be balanced. It's not going to be the same.
Well, if PvP,
okay,
if people want a PvP, they should have to walk for their sets.
Oh!
I know, controversial. Oh no, you know what I mean? Like, give the first 5 free. Okay, cool, and then walk for the rest. If you want it, gotta put in the work.
But wait, I want to address this balance thing, because you got to remember we need to.
They're gonna make us get out and go for raids. Then every aspect of this game needs to have more restrictions.
But should they fault the game for requiring the go part? Like, are they being mean to disabled players because their game is based on exploration and exercise?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't have the good answer for that.
They talk about the game balance. If we're talking about the median player, not us, not the people on Twitter, not the people on Twitch, not the people listening to the Pokemon GO podcast, the Singaporean grandma, those segments are pretty balanced. And that's probably 90%. 90% of the players in Pokemon GO are all Singaporean grandmas.
I feel that.
I think what's important to talk about here is just how everyone has come at me, and I'm like, I make jokes about it. I'm like, Hear Us Niantic versus Stand with Niantic, like fucking around, guys. Clearly.
Yeah, I did see that. You got a lot of heat for that
one.
Of
course I did.
I was like,
JRE Seawolves, or whatever the fuck his name is, he goes, there's been one tweet since 2021 that used that hashtag. You're discredited. I'm like, dude, I literally made it up for the tweet. Like, you think I'm trying to start a revolution? No, man. You know what I meant by it. Adam doesn't even have the game on his phone right now. I played the fuck out of this game today.
Yeah, I did not.
So
like, I do have the itch. It's still there. So like, I'm waiting to see what happens with Regieleki, to be honest. And I don't want to even look until after 5 p.m. Eastern. So I get the full. I get the New Zealand and our time zone all together.
Look, the angry base. Oh, and then they turned to review bombing, by the way. And then I was just like, I put up a tweet that says, like, review bombing is terrible. And they're like, oh, these are accurate reviews. It's like, no, you're angry about one thing, so you're putting a shitty review in. You're review bombing.
Yeah, that's like, I need to put a 4-star and do a review. Gotta bring Walking back for PvP.
Right, that would also be review bombing because you have an ulterior motive.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
But
I wouldn't do that.
It's the hate. It's the hate. It's the anger.
The hate is not great.
They're like, it's Count Ginsula saying, we got to be better, and then 2 seconds later, calling Niantic trubbish. You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem right now. That's why I'm not going to be like, no, I can agree with the majority of this stuff, but I'm not going to wave this flag right now. I don't feel comfortable doing that. Because the majority of people waving this flag right now are angry.
Very angry.
I'm trying to have parties here. I'm trying to make memories, man.
And I'm not necessarily like vocal and like yelling about it.
Joe Landor, I am fired up. I am.
But like I took the game down. I deleted it. I've had 2 solid, clear thought days.
You feel better about life?
I do. but my like anxiety comes in, so it's like
Because you want to play, anxiety to play. Yeah, well, that's the addiction.
Yeah,
that's the addiction.
well, no, anxiety because I don't have the game. It's weird.
Look,
I don't know if I had it before playing the game.
our Twitter space was the perfect example. I get beat up all day on Twitter, which honestly, you know, I don't give a fuck, right? So it's fine. I get beat up all day on Twitter. When it's time to actually have a conversation, it's a ghost town with those people. Ghost town. Toshi, talk to me, dude. He won't. He'll just discredit me, call me a piece of shit, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, man.
It's because you might use his words and edit it differently.
I definitely don't. I wouldn't.
know, I'm just saying.
Dude, I let 3 hours worth of people. I let 3 hours worth of people talk on the Twitter space. I didn't agree with everybody.
That's probably what they think. That's all.
Look, I'm upset that people will go from calling me a shill and an ass kiss and tell me that I'm terrible for the community and I'm an lobbyist and I hate disabled people and I'm only
Ken,
saying
how
this
dare you?
because I live in Red Bank and all this stuff and they'll be mean and angry and grrr.
You get to walk on the beach.
And then
That's
they're like,
okay.
Hear Us Niantic, come together. It's like, dude, you look stupid. You look stupid when you do that. If you want to be a dick, be a dick. But don't be a dick and then be like, I'm also a nice guy. Don't do that. You look dumb. So many of these people doing this Hear Us Niantic thing look dumb. Because their feed is filled with hate and anger. Fucking scroll. Hate, anger. Hear Us Niantic. Why doesn't Niantic take me seriously? Scroll down and it's like, my dead grandmother's a better developer than this guy.
Oh my god.
No, do you remember that one? That was my favorite.
Yep.
That one was my favorite. That was a good one. Sorry to bring that up. Sorry, Grandma. Singaporean Grandma. I agree with 90% of the Hear Us Niantic stuff, but I'm not going to adopt this because my heart isn't in it because the people I'm seeing waving this flag, I don't want to associate myself with. Sorry. I can get my points across to the community and to Niantic without having to be 9/10 anger and hate and 1/10 Hear Us Niantic. No.
I'm not announcing, I deleted the game, because I don't need to.
Right. And then people are like, I'm not buying anything. I'm like, great. That's like the best way you could, outside of deleting the game or not turning it on, not purchasing anything is the best way to say your feelings. Speak with your wallet. Of course. People say that to me like I'm going to go, whoa, don't do that. No, do that. That is exactly how.
Do that. Turn off Adventure Sync. Yeah.
Oh, so they brought up the petition. I don't even know what that petition is up to. 50,000 signatures. I don't know. There was a strong petition. Those things don't do shit, but it is a good indicator of where the community's headspace is at. I give it to the community. They're pissed. They're angry. They've come together.
Wait, did we get any tweets about Regieleki yet?
No.
Ah, jeez.
Hear Us Niantic has brought people together. That's good. Couple of Gaming shares Hear Us Niantic. They're the sweetest people on earth. So this isn't everyone. You're not going to find shit talk for a mile went down, Couple of Gaming's feed. You scroll down and it's going to be a mile of shit talk. No. Wonderful people, sweet people, great people. But that's not how some of these loudest Hear Us Niantic voices are. They're very angry. And they're very fueled with hate. I can't get behind that. Why would I get behind that? I want to surround myself with the opposite of that, with good vibes. Niantic, Hear Us Niantic could be powered by good vibes. The first time around, we were upset, we were frustrated. It was powered by good vibes because we all wanted the right things.
Yes.
Now we just want a different game. I don't want anyone to leave this game, but there's been so many times this week where I've been like, I don't think this game is for you anymore. You're no good for Niantic. No, It's Niantic's game. Is it hate or is it frustration? Great point. It's frustration when people are letting it all out. It's hate when they call me an asshole because I think that this is a good idea. And there's plenty.
I think it's a good idea.
Because I do think that this is necessary for the sustainability and the long-term viability of the game. This will lead people to be playing outside.
The damage has been done with
of course,
all the other legendaries.
The short-term impact of this will be harsh. None of this is going to be easy. This will be a major adjustment for some people. But if you're not willing to adapt, I don't know what to tell you. You could speak your voice. Great. Share your feedback. Awesome. I'll never tell you to not do that. But when I see like Toshi Hear Us Niantic on every fucking thing, and then 2 seconds later, he won't even like listen to what I have to say without shitting on me. That doesn't line up. That does not vibe. That's not the case. And I'm sorry I've been so ranty and I'm just going on an hour and a half right now. Like, it pisses me off.
Yeah, you are a runaway train.
I don't care. I'm pissed. It's definitely frustration. The people are frustrated. I get it. I'm frustrated
you need
too.
to TM that frustration away.
I gotta wait for the next event cycle to do that. I understand everyone's frustrated. It's just there's so much hate and negativity going around right now to the point where if I give my take, they think I'm attacking them personally.
Can't do that.
There's some good tweets I had put up. I recommend you check out our Twitter feed. People saying like, well, how is it the players' fault? Because they said that in the Ed Wu article that the raids took over the gameplay and changed the landscape of the game in a way they didn't expect. How is that the players' fault? It's not the players' fault. It's Niantic's fault for releasing a feature that had a result that was not intended. That's a failure. That's a failure on Niantic's part. We released a product and service, and the effect was not what was intended. That's a failure. How do they fix that? They rebalance like we're going through right now. Is it easy? Hell no. Hell no.
No, not at all.
All right, everybody. Sorry. I feel a little bit better. Just lean into being a dick or be kind. You look dumb when you do both.
Be kind. That's
yeah,
the correct
be kind.
answer.
Be kind. But just don't do both. You look dumb. You look dumb. And I'm not talking about everybody. Get the Twitter people going to be like, you said everybody. A couple of gaming is nice. Yeah, they are. Not everybody. But there's right now a very strong correlation between the angriest people on Twitter and Hear Us Niantic. You can't deny that.
No. That's... Yeah.
Why put a limit? I'm just looking to the chat. Why put a limit on remote raids? It's just to make Pokemon more coveted and to increase the scarcity of legendary Pokemon because the Pokemon economy is blown out of proportion. It's going to take years to recover. How do you recover, Adam? New trainers.
Okay, but do we really need a price increase? Just decrease the other passes.
No, because it's a rebalancing of the economy. This is the worst part of it. Because the majority of trainers are doing 5 or less raids, which means that this impacts their wallet only. That hurts. It's not good. The hardcore raider, it impacts their wallet, plus it impacts the way they play the game. But the long and short of it, why I'm so angry is because you can't have it both ways. You can't say you're bringing the community together for the greater good and then talk so much shit. You can't do it. Can't do it. All right, Adam. I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone. This has been a hot one. Whew. Whew.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, I don't even know where to go from here.
People just need to get over this shit. And it's a flavor of the month. Next month, this will be behind us, and they'll be mad at something else.
And they'll be like, why is there another rising prices event going on?
Hear Us Niantic stands for good stuff. It's good change. Here's what we feel. Here's some solutions. Please hear us. All that's good. It's undeniable that there's a strong correlation between some anger and Hear Us Niantic on Twitter. That's why I'm not waving this flag right now. I can still want those things without associating myself with a bunch of angry people. Check out PokemonProfessor.com for everything we have going on with the network, LuredUp.com for everything we have going on with the show. I'm shot right now. Thank you for everyone that's in the Twitch chat. Appreciate all of you. Just be kind. Share your support. Support Hear Us Niantic. Just don't fall in the trap of being so angry.
Yeah.
It's a game. We're all passionate. I'm not saying don't be frustrated. I'm not saying don't air it out. Just don't take it out on each other. It's just so unnecessary. You could feel one way, I could feel another way. We could both still play this game together.
I know. I even went to work and I wore this in, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm wearing around this Team Instinct, but I'm not even playing the game right now.
Yo, Landor Alpha says until remote damaging decreases. Yo, that's going to be another outrage. I say they do it tomorrow. Be like, surprise, extra bonus, remote raid nerf and damage nerf. Da-da-da-da-da-da. That would be great. Fucking internet would explode. Yo, here's Niantic was trending.
Not to.
Niantic was trending today. It was crazy. It was good stuff.
Just say, trainers, we heard your outcry. We made remote raids. You do less damage.
Oh wait, that's not what you said. We thought you wanted. Yo, tomorrow is going to be lit on Twitter. I can't wait. Share your feedback with us. Tag us. Send us a DM. Send us a voicemail. 732-835-8639. Email us. LuredUp at PokemonProfessor.com. I'm sorry if I'm so frustrated and loud and hot. I'm hot and bothered. I'm sweating.
It's cold and rainy right now.
I'm so tired of the hypocrisy. I'm so tired of the
I think you're
the
just
false narrative. I
general.
am tired. I'm hangry. I'm so mad. I'm mad. It bothers me. It bothers me to death that there's just such, I don't know. People are just I don't know. They lack a moral compass. You can't have it both ways. Can't be a
common sense is not so common.
Yeah. Oh, Winnow Knight, we're just about to roll out, but thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you, first time chatter. But Adam, is that it?
That is for sure it.
Thank you, everyone.
Go get some sleep.
Go to bed. I love everybody. Bye. Keep training, trainers. Bye.